And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton and let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for. Sorry. All that in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use that donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you through Spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And tonight, a bunch of things to kind of talk about. We're going to give an update to the Dion aerial 2-pack, specifically for Dion. We're going to talk about the latest reveal of Optimus Primal, apparently, the mainline Voyager, apparently. A ton of releases this week in the UK, in the US, and in Canada. Like, a veritable ton. Kind of what's up and coming, possibly, on the fan stream for the 4th. We're going to talk about some third-party stuff, some authentic stuff, a little bit about Medix. We're going to talk about some concept art. We're going to talk about some developments with possibly Takara Tomy Mall products shipping outside of Japan, as well as some updates for Botcon. Hey, remember Botcon 2023? There hasn't been a lot of talk about it, but I got a couple of minor updates there along the way for it. Some other news along the way as well. And, of course, we will play trivia a little later on. And we will have a look at this week's unboxing, which, by the way, I didn't think I was going to have. It just so happened that about less than 2 hours ago, I managed to have something for tonight that I didn't expect I was going to have. So go figure. Let's kind of make sure that everyone is here and settled away before we get going. Call that good. And we'll go here. Let's go up here a little bit. Hey, Waspinator, Dragonfly. Big M, happy to see you, buddy. By the way, somebody asked me about if there was an update to, I guess it's that third-party Superion. And it was Big M who provided the update and said that apparently we had seen pictures or something of Silverbolt. I have to be honest, I haven't been following it. It looks nothing like Superion. I can't even remember the name of the company. Dream something. I can't even remember the name of the company. It seems like a cool robot. It seems like a cool combiner. But I literally don't see anything about it that says Superion to me. Nothing. I think it's amazing. I think it's definitely something that is produced with love. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's strayed so far from the source material that rather than being Superion or a version of the aerial bots, it really has to exist as its own thing. I don't see one hint, other than the fact that it's planes that combine. I don't see one hint that it says Superion to me. But that's just me. I'm sure it's good. Like I said, I just think it should be given its own name and have its own character, right? I would almost put the Kang Toys Predaking in the same sort of vein, where it's so stylized that it's almost unrecognizable as the character to me. But that's just me, right? You might think different, and that's cool too. So shout out to Big M for providing that update that I didn't have. Hey, Manitoba, be careful on the drive, buddy. Hey, Jay. Hey, Anthony. Let's see. Hey, Blue Raccoon. Joel, hi to you too, if I didn't say it already. Hey, Keldio. That really sort of just jumped down on me, didn't it? What? And they would not have stop motion, just be still images. Is fair. Is the unboxing legacy bulkhead? No, it's not. I already got 2 of them in the house. No, it's not a legacy bulkhead. Finally, I didn't miss the stream this time. Hey, Lance. Hey, T7. Yeah, Dreamstar Toys. There you go. There you go. Dreamstar. Thank you. I wasn't going to remember because I'm not going to lie. I haven't been following it. I saw the what was supposed to be Slingshot. I saw a review of that and I was like, it's cool. It's a cool Transformer, but that's not Slingshot at all. So I kind of lost interest after that. I'm not gonna lie, I did. Well, you know when she says sweet dreams are made these, I guess. Tonight's unboxing will be the 4 Legacy Wreckers. No, it's not the 4 Legacy Wreckers at all. Yeah, it could be a good live action movie, Superion, maybe, Jay. Yeah, it could be, I suppose that. But again, a lot of what happens in the live action movie, I'm like, it's too stylized. It's not the character. You should have used a different name, right? Not all of it, not all the time, but you know. And I might have bought this as live action. I might have said, yeah, it definitely looks like a live action Superion. Maybe, and maybe that's the intention. Maybe they wanted to go for, hey, this is what Superion would look like if he was live action. Quite possible. That's a keen idea that I didn't think of, but that's a really good point, Jay. I love this guy. He has a backpack, but the transformation is so interesting. I don't know what you're talking about there. Hey, Marcus. Hey, live. Is Siege Jetfire worth 140 euros? He's really good, but that seems wildly high. Wildly high. I think you'd be happy once you had him, but I think that I'm the wrong guy to ask because I would say no. I got mine for 76 Canadian, and I did not want to spend the regular Canadian price on it. Do I think it would have been worth the regular Canadian price of at the time 120? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. It really is hard for me to say. I feel like that's a bit high. I'd be more comfortable if he was trying to think in terms of euros. I'd be more comfortable if he was 80 or 90. And even that might be a little high, but I'd be more comfortable with 80 or 90. But that's just me. You got to do what you got to do. The Combiner looks more like Superion than the individual bots look to G1. Yeah, maybe, but even combined, I'm like, it doesn't really look like, it doesn't scream Superion to me. I also have Battle Trap. I think he's a good. Jay thinks everything is good. I don't think I've ever heard Jay say that's not very good. I don't think, and God bless you, Jay. If you're that positive of a person, man, I applaud you because I am not, as we know. I've seen Battle Trap. He looks pretty cool in packaging, but I've heard too many horror stories. Plus, I have Power of the Primes version, which is really, you know, closer to an homage to the Duocon, and that's what speaks to me. But I don't know. I've heard mixed bag about him. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to review him if somebody I know ends up liking the guy or something, right? We'll see. We'll see. I wish that you'd leave me stuff outside my house, Anthony. That'd be great. It's not snow. Last thing we need is more snow. Let's see. I'm alive. This has been I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, it's been a bit of a rough year. It's been a bit of a trying year. Origin Jazz is really good. I wouldn't know. I have no idea. I don't even know for sure if Toys R Us are getting him. I've heard that he might only be a Toys R Us online exclusive. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I've been working on a lot of Transformers characters art. Okay, well, cool, I guess, if that's what you're into, man. Nothing wrong with that. I have Battle Trap. The transformation's horrible, says Mike. I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know, man. I would rename Rise of the Beast Battle Trap into Wrecker Hook. I mean, again, that's something you could do, I suppose, but that's just making up your own stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Okay, let's get into the news because we've already been here for 9 minutes. Let's get into the news and try and get through some stuff. So, very first thing I want to talk about, we saw the VNR Fan Exclusive 2. And I remember this listing, and I was wondering if it was something for like Fan Expo or something. I didn't know what a fan exclusive would be. VNR Fan Exclusive Optimus Prime. It is the holiday Optimus Prime in the traditional colors. The cab, of course, is still kind of a stylized cab for Optimus. A lot of people are expecting this to be like the G2 Hero Optimus. I mean, maybe. I look at this and I think, okay, so that's the Earthrise trailer done with much better paint, done to look way better. And I think the gray plastic, at least according to the package, looks more like a cool gray. I don't think I'd have any worries about that, like, changing color or yellowing or anything like that. I still think that this is the perfect Optimus Prime head sculpt. I don't know, put that head on an Earthrise body. I think I'm done with Optimus Prime. So I'm excited about that. Will I get it? I don't know. I don't know what VNR is. I've never heard of VNR, so I don't know what sort of a fan exclusive this is, or if it'll be available in my country or what. But I know the box looks pretty cool. I'll give it that. Just a quick little note on the Dion aerial 2-pack for Wardon. So apparently I was incorrect. The Dion does come with the Energon goodie, as well as the other 2 accessories that kind of give him his backpack look, his upper backpack look. His piece behind his head and stuff is kind of remolded to accommodate those to plug in. They can also come off and become his hand blasters. So actually, I'm kind of cool with those couple of accessories. The one thing that seems to bother me when I've seen the in-hand images of him, not the box images, the in-hand images, is why are his eyes so black and dead? If there's light piping, then the pictures that have come up are not showing it, and it ain't working. His eyes look awful in the pictures we've seen. Just dead eyes, man. And like, I've heard this said before by other reviewers, if you're gonna have light piping and it might not always work, then you better put some blue paint on those eyes anyway. That can, that would normally allow the light to go through. At least if the light's not going through and you look close enough, at least you'll see, yeah, the dude does have blue eyes. And maybe Dion does. But in the pictures we've seen so far, they just look dead inside, man. Just dead inside. Okay, the UK. Whole bunch of stuff came out this week in the UK, including they're calling it Legacy Wave 5. I call it Evolution Wave 2, whatever. It's the one with Shrapnel and Crash Bash and Crosscut and Prowl. Those deluxes came out in the UK this week, as well as Movie Nest Ratchet is out, Rise of the Beast, Bumblebee, Air Razor, Cheetor, and Battle Trap. Different locations in the UK, but if you're in the UK, I don't know, start looking, I suppose, because all of that is starting to trickle out and hit your country now. So if it's hitting your part of the world, I don't know. Start your hunt, I suppose. Fan Home is doing an 07 Optimus Prime. Now, we already talked about basically a 3-foot Optimus Prime that was going to be a subscription service. We talked about it last week. Well, Fan Home is doing an 07 movie Optimus Prime that's also going to be a subscription service called Build Up Subscription. This Optimus, unlike the other, will stand 23 inches, so almost 2 feet, or 52.48 centimeters if you prefer. He's going to have metal and ABS plastic, of course. He is going to be a subscription service thing. We don't have how many boxes yet, and we don't have prices for the boxes yet. But if you want a gigantic Optimus that's G1-ish, go with the set from last week if you're okay with building a piece a month and you have big bucks. If you want 2-foot movie version of him and you want to build it, again, doesn't transform is my understanding, then go with this one. I don't know how well these subscription model kits are going to do. I don't know. I've never heard of it before. I don't think it would be for me. I want the thing and I want it now. It's all bad enough when I'm trying to, have to wait multiple waves to get pieces of combiners or the Insecticons or the Dinobots. Like, just give it all at once, man. Just do it all at once and be done with it. That's what people want, right? We saw some 86 movie concept art. Not a whole lot here that's crazy new. It's by Floro Dairy, and it's courtesy of Romeo Tengal. I have no idea if I'm saying his name right. Certainly not his last name. Who worked on the storyboards, characters, and backgrounds of the movie. He was one of those artists that work on the storyboards, characters, and backgrounds. We saw a bowl-shaped version of Autobot City where it's not a dome. It's literally a bowl where the sides are kind of rounded up and the city's inside. Quite detailed, though. We saw a Moonbase 2 surveillance post where you can see Cybertron, and then there's a screen there, and you can see Cybertron on the screen as well. The Junkion planet was very different, or the planet of Junkion, whatever you want to call it, was very different. Instead of being that piece that a lot of people now kind of jokingly say, hey, that was probably once part of Cybertron that broke off. it looked more like a cliff, like a hanging cliff. And that's the way the planet was perceived. It was very strange, but I didn't particularly hate it. I was like, interesting, different. I don't know if it would necessarily work as a planet more than a asteroid or something, but it was interesting all the same. We saw the interior of Ingester, who became Unicron, and it's just like interior workings, which we saw a lot of anyway. But we also saw Unicron's brain, which is basically an orb. I mean, you could mistake it for a planet. Also labeled are two of like his optic nerves and behind his eyes, and then where they're connected to the brain. So very interesting. We are also able to see a small Autobot ship that would take a trajectory through the eye, and we could see an orientation of a Quintesson ship just to get an idea of just how gigantic the brain, eyes, head of Unicron actually was. And we saw Unicron's stomach, which we kind of saw disgustingly with the acid and stuff, and the acid pit, and breaking everything down into big chompers and whatnot when he like destroyed Lithone, right? So we've seen kind of all of that. Lay that there. But we also saw some early character models for RC and Springer. RC was, her head obviously got altered a little bit. Springer is very close to what we ended up with. We saw Cybertron Moon and like a Quintesson Judge. The Judge pretty much looked the way that he should. We saw Quintessa look pretty much the way Quintessa looks in season 3. Galvatron, an Autobot ship, Wreck-Gar, Cyclonus, and Cybertron itself. Cybertron was super duper duper detailed. But all the character models pretty much look like what we ended up getting. Like Wreck-Gar's head changed a bit, RC's head changed a bit, a couple of body details, but they're pretty close. Like I think if you saw them, you would still say, hey, I know these characters, right? Speaking of the 86 movie, we also saw a poster, the Arise 86 movie poster. This is 18 by 24 inches by Ryan Button. It is first going to be offered it was first offered at the TF Nation mini thing that they did last week. Limited to 75 pieces signed and numbered by him, by hand, worldwide. And anything that didn't sell at the TF Nation mini thing apparently went up on the Arise 86 movie website. So I guess you could buy it directly from the artist. That went up as of Monday, the 27th of March. I have no clue. Honestly, I have zero idea if there's any left. But it does look like a nice piece of artwork. Obviously focusing on Hot Rod, or Rodimus, if you will. So you'd want to be a big fan of him, right? Obviously. And let's do the wealth of things that got released this week in the United States in various places. And then I'll check in with you guys. So in the US, fasten your seatbelts. In the US, released this week, the Retro Hot Rod is starting to show up at Walmart's. Rise of the Beasts, Alliance Combiners, Bumblebee and Snarl Saber, RC and Silver Fang, and Primal and Skull Cruncher. Of course, two of those sets of armor are cats. One of them is, an alligator or a crocodile, whatever Skull Cruncher is. The armor pieces are interchangeable. Of the 3 bots, I think that the Primal looks the cheapest. I think the B is the most hindered. And I think the most successful is the RC, but I don't think she has elbows. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think she has elbows. Other than that, I think she's pretty great. And a nice motorcycle mode, to be honest with you. So yeah, they're out. The Jungle Mission, Cheetor, Nightbeat, and Wheeljack pack also out at Target. Rise of the Beast Battle Masters, Rhinox was seen. I didn't see much though in terms of the other Battle Masters, though I did hear that they were also cited, but I didn't see any images of them. And what else? Rise of the Beast, Voyager. No, Rise of the Beast. What is that? Oh, the Rise of the Beast weaponizer packs of Optimus Prime and Arrow Stripe, as well as Primal and Chain Claw. I talked about this last week. I think Chain Claw is pretty cool, actually. And Legacy Skyquake. All of that, a lot of movie stuff, but also some exclusive stuff. out in the US this week. All that mainline stuff. None of the mainline stuff has reached Canada. This week in Canada, we had the retro Starscream show up, a lot wider than it has in the past. I've now seen like all of the Wave of Studio series, the whole thing. Apparently released this week was Skyquake as well as the Legacy Deluxes. Evidently they're released now as well. I haven't heard anything from Rise of the Beast, but it seems like kind of the world over, we're starting to get a lot of movement with things coming up. So you know what? Keep your eyes peeled, keep your wallets full. That's my advice to you. Take that for what you will. MP Burnout, by the way, we saw that this week as well, and it's the black redeco that everybody expected from the MP Skids. Interestingly, the head is a little bit different from Skids, but it's still not the head that's used on the Velocitron one. The Velocitron head is different yet again from the MP head for Burnout. So I don't know. I don't know which head is accurate. I don't know which head Burnout's supposed to have. Let's check in with you guys, though. We're going to check in with you guys. And then we're going to get back there to that nose. Let's see. I think I stopped about here. Armada Starscream is terrible. There you go. There is something Jay doesn't like. Armada Starscream is terrible. I don't know. I don't have it. I mean, I've seen it. I could go now if I wanted to put my hand at about 2, maybe 3. It's just I'm not an Armada guy, right? I'm not a Unicron Trilogy guy. I've been remaking a stop-motion Cyberverse. Megatron is my hero rally scene with your War for Cybertron figures. Okay, well, whatever works for you, man. I paid $110 US for your Siege Jetfire, which was too much, but it was before I got it got reissued. That's fair. Yeah, no more snow. What? God, no more snow here. Yeah, I don't need any more snow either. If it goes away now and spring can come, I'm cool with that. I have Battle Trap. The transformation's horrible, says Mike. We went down here a little bit. Been a long year, and we aren't even halfway there. Listen live. You don't have to tell me, buddy. I'm right there with you. Still searching for Origin Jazz. I mean, I can't even say I'm necessarily searching for him yet. I did. My dad, of course, is in Myrtle Beach. And a few days ago, he was actually going out, and he said, "Do you want me to check on anything?" I'm like, "Could you please go to Target if there's one near you?" He said, because of the way that they were traveling, there was going to be 2 Targets, and he checked, but there was nothing. I'm like, well, that's all you can do. I mean, if it was me, I'd go and check every day, but that's just me. Dion has his lunchbox. Yes, he has his lunchbox. Volvo VNR is the model of the truck. Oh, okay. If you say so. I don't know cars and trucks. It's a transport truck, and that's as much as I know about it. Cars got 4 wheels and take me places. Like I'm not at all a car guy. I don't know jack about it. For anyone who doesn't know what a VNR is, it is the model of electric Volvo semi truck. Okay, I still don't know how this fan exclusive is going to be done. So this is a license thing, is it? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I didn't get the Holiday Prime. I wasn't really in on it. I didn't pay attention to it, to be honest with you. VNR is a series of Volvo semi tractors. How do you guys know this stuff? Hey, Imperial. They could call it Primeverse Optimus Prime. No, they couldn't, because it's not at all Prime Optimus Prime in the least. Dion died. Well, he is dead. I guess. Yeah, I guess. I suppose. But shouldn't his body have grayed out and stuff? Not that I want to get into that debate. No, he did not get better. No. He didn't get better. Hey, Shanzi. I heard from Input something about a 14-foot bio of RC, and I said that if that's real RC, that's someone's divorce papers. A 14-foot what? Bio of RC. I don't know what you're talking about, Blue. Sorry, man. Yeah, we've all heard that Dion could have become Ultra Magnus. There's nothing actually to confirm that, though. I'd say he wasn't rebuilt in anyone. I'd say he's just gone. And I'm trying to skip through some stuff here now so we can stay topical and on track. I always thought that the hole of Cybertron was the Well of Allsparks. Cybertron has a hole. Hey, Super Robot Ed. Bought a new third party this week. Figures ate up your wallet. That's rough, man. Unicron Brain. So Unicron Evil version Vector Sigma. I guess. Yeah, I guess kind of like, the Unicron version of Vector Sigma. Human stomachs do have acid, but we also don't break down metal really in it, I don't think. Not to the degree that Unicron was breaking down metal. Unicron, get in my belly. I hear you. I want my Bayback. What? Bayback skids? Oh my. I want my baby back skids. Oh my god. Oh dear. Your parents went to Myrtle Beach. Cool. I'm actually from Charleston. Used to go to Myrtle. My dad goes to Myrtle Beach every winter. There's snowbirds, right? So it's only 90 minutes from Charleston. Go figure, right? You guys have been getting better weather than us, even though I know you've had kind of your own fair share of tough weather, but nothing like here. Definitely all I need. What? Okay. Dion is the deadest dead guy who ever died and to stay dead. Yeah, I mean, you're about right. I never thought Unicron Brain would be an anti-Vector Sigma. I mean, who knows? Who knows? He's anti everything else, isn't he? Okay, let's move on here a little bit now that I'm caught up with you guys. If I skipped anyone, I apologize. Like I said, just trying to kind of keep going. Let's talk for a second about Medix. So somebody ordered from Paul's a crosscut, and crosscut was sent in a Medix box. So somebody put it in the wrong box, but we got a chance to see the back of the box, which pretty much shows us the product images. Very much looks like crankcase with the burnout head done in some wild colors. Definitely some more accessories here. Interesting that he has essentially so many blasters based on the Evo Fusion image. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, why does this doctor need this many blasters, man? Especially a doctor that, his claim to fame is rescue bots, right? His claim to fame is rescue bots. So, it is what it is, right? Again, I look at it and I think, cool. But until I know for a fact that the chest will tab in, I couldn't possibly care less. I mean, where are you? I mean, I really wanted to like this guy. I did. But like, this is awful. Like, there's nothing. There's literally nothing there. And like, the thing is, I push it down and I push it in and I keep expecting to hear like, I don't know, a little click or anything that would signify that this is locked in. It's just there's nothing. It feels like there's supposed to be something, but there's just nothing. This guy was such a disappointment that I feel like getting Medix without knowing if it's fixed or better would be just throwing good money after bad, and I hate to do that. I can't stand behind it. I can't stand behind the mold. I love it. I love the skids version. Can't stand the crankcase version. I think it was an abstract failure. But like, again, that's because my experience is bad. Moving on to something a little cuter. An 8-pack of Squeezlings. We're going to have Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Starscream, the original 4. And then those same 4 molds done in black. So I guess essentially a Nemesis Prime from the Optimus, kind of. The B looks like a Night Shadow Bumblebee or something like that. Like, it just looks like Bumblebee in black. The Starscream looks like Skywarp. In fact, even the highlights are purple. And the Megatron in black looks like, if you watch Cyberverse and the end of Cyberverse, was it Cyberverse? I think it was Cyberverse, with Megatron X, who was black, it looks like Megatron X. If you're thinking to yourself, what in God's name is a Squeezling? It's this thing. Remember this thing when I got it for Christmas? This thing. And it's bend, like, you can kind of bend it. It's rubbery. It's not going to stay. It's in a static pose, but like you can move it, I suppose, right? It's cute. I mean, it's cute for what it is. It's cute for what it is. Um, apparently, Takara Tomy is doing a Rise of the Beast burning plasma blaster. Basically, this is something that's going to be offered if you spend, I think it's 5,000 yen or more in Rise of the Beast products. And I guess you got to send in codes or some such nonsense. And what do you get for it? Basically, what you're getting is Fire Drive, the Siege Battlemaster Fire Drive, or Firebolt if you prefer. Except now his body is translucent red and his 4 limbs are just another red. I'd like the Battlemaster, but like, this seems like a lot of hoops to jump through to get a Battlemaster. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Seems like a lot of hoops to jump for. E-Hobby showed off more of their super deformed cards, if that's what you're into, that depict Action Masters Prowl and Shockwave, as well as Optimus Prime and Alpha Trion. Vroom and Pincher, Pretenders, Vroom and Pincher. They were interesting. G1 Skyquake and Thunderclash. So if you're into super deformed collector cards from E-Hobby, I don't. They got you covered. I guess they got you covered. I suppose. I don't like. Sometimes when I do the news, some of it baffles me because I'm like, why is this news? Why is this a thing? Right? But nevertheless, I guess somebody's into it, right? The stuff sells, doesn't it? The stuff sells, right? Going on down through the news, Rise of the Beast coins are going to come via New Zealand Mint. Now, you might remember that they did a bunch of coins in 2022, and one of the most interesting things about them is that run of Transformers coins will be among the last coins in the world to feature Queen Elizabeth on the opposite side, the late Queen Elizabeth. I would presume that these newly minted ones for Rise of the Beast will have, of course, Rise of the Beast paraphernalia on one side, and I would guess King Charles on the other side. We'll have to wait and see for sure. Authentics. We saw an Energon axe and a sword in the Authentics line, and I'm like, so that axe looks like Age of Extinction, and that sword looks like Optimus' sword from the last night. So neat. Way to go back 10 years, well, 9 years and 5 or 6 years. So I don't know if you want to revisit Rise of the Beast or Age of Extinction with role play stuff. Authentics got you covered. Speaking of Authentics, they released their latest Bravo Wave. That's the 5-inch sized cheap junk that looks like it should be in a dollar store. A reissue of Optimus Primal, a reissue of their trash Bumblebee, which I have handled. It's so bad. Like bad enough that I did not bother to review it. That's how bad it is. And a new Optimus Prime. And I looked at it and I thought to myself, that looks like the same Optimus Prime to me with a couple of paint apps. I don't know. I don't get the Authentics line, but to each their own. TFCon Toronto. That's the next TFCon. There's too many TFCons. Because I also heard that apparently Orlando is having one now in October. There's like 4 or 5 of these TFCons a year. And like it's getting to the point where it's like, this isn't special. This isn't special anymore. It's like every other week there's a TFCon. But TFCon Toronto announced that Terry McGovern is going to be there. If you don't know who that is, he was the voice of Windcharger, the voice of Wild Rider, and my favorite voice that he did, Onslaught in G1. So he'll be in TFCon Toronto. By the way, a buddy of mine is actually going to TFCon Toronto in July that like lives here. And like he kind of posted to our local group that he's going. I'm so envious of him. I wish him the best. I hope he has a blast. I hope Matt has a blast of a time. Wish it was me. That's the best I could say. It won't. I don't honestly, I don't foresee I'll ever get off this island again in my life. But good for him, man. We already done that as well. What else do we have here? Fan stream April 4th. We don't know what's going to be on it. My guess would be that we're going to get some more Rise of the Beast stuff, and we're most likely going to get some of Wave 3 of Legacy. It's already been leaked. And I guess the pre-orders will go up after that. They'll say something like August, and that'll get pushed up to like June, because that's what's been happening lately. We also saw Shattered Glass Grimlock images, and the pre-orders are gone up. Look, I would love it. Again, Pulse doesn't really serve me here. So tough tough for me, I guess. It's the 86 Grimlock in basically Trypticon colors. It looks great. I don't know why his Autobot symbol is like this orangey color when it should be purple, but whatever. You do what you got to do, I guess. You do what you got to do. Flame Toys showed off their Farai G1 Shockwave. So it's a model kit for Shockwave. That looks great. It looks like Shockwave, quite posable. 16 centimeters in height. 40 points of articulation. He comes with a mini blaster of himself, as well as a number of interchangeable hands. So neat. I like Shockwave. Do you like Shockwave? We know what we need. We need a pre-Impurata Shockwave. Put one out when he's Senator Shockwave with his face and stuff. Let's do that. You can even have his face come up. Give him an interchangeable head. Let's do that. This one confused me. Apparently, there is a scene in Picard where the Titan passes by a star, and a lot of people said, "Hey, that's like Unicron passing by a star in the movie." And apparently, according to like the showrunner or whatever, yeah, it wasn't homage to Unicron doing that. But I got to be honest, I've seen both of the images next to each other. I don't see it. And when I watched the episode, I didn't think, "Oh my goodness, that's like the Unicron scene." It didn't land with me. If that was the homage, I didn't see it. That's all I can say about it. I didn't see it. Hey, remember last week I talked about the flex change Nightbird and Bumblebee, I guess it was, and I said, hey, it's Transformers with like elastic so that when they bust, the thing is junk and you can't change it. Well, we've now seen in-package images of the Nightbird. She looks like Nightbird. She's going to have garbage articulation, and she's going to be like made with elastic bands, and we know what happens with rubber over time. It's not for me, but it might be for you. Now, the last two pieces of news, and then I'm going to check with you guys. We'll do trivia and the unboxing. We can get out of here. The last two pieces of news. First things first, Takara Tomy Mall. Apparently, they're going to be doing a collaboration. According to T-Formers, they're going to be doing a collaboration with Buyee, B-U-Y-E-E. I've never heard of this, where they will basically reship Takara items outside of Japan for an extra nominal fee of $3 to $8. It's unclear yet what will be shipped, where it will be shipped to, what countries will be included, what ones won't. But how often over the years have we seen something that's going to be a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive? And it's like, well, I guess we can't get that. And now you'll have that option. Case in point, that I can't remember what's called, Beast. I don't know, Beast Fight Forever or whatever it's called. That redeco of Kingdom, Beast Wars Megatron, and Optimus Primal. That's apparently a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive. If this all works out and it services your neck of the woods, you might be able to land one, right? We'll have to wait and see. I don't know how abundant Takara's product is and stuff, and how in demand it is, but it's interesting that that's becoming an option. Keep your eyes out for news related to Takara Tomy Mall and Buyee. B-U-Y-E-E. And the last thing, Botcon. So Botcon 2023 is in fact happening. They were asked about ticket prices. Apparently ticket prices for the 2023 edition will come out in April, which isn't that far away. I'm just saying April's only a few days away, right? Who knows? We could have something by next week this time. Could happen. Could happen. As well, they said that there will be a convention exclusive set, whatever that will be, who knows? And there was a teaser image of basically a volcano with lava. I'm wondering if it has something to do with Dinobots, or if it has something to do with an Ark, or if it has something to do with an Ark crew, or something of that nature. We'll have to wait and see. As for the event itself, Botcon will be taking place. I don't know where exactly. I think it's like I don't know, it's America something. I'm not sure where it's taking place, but I can tell you that it will be taking place August the 24th to the 26th. What a way to end your summer if you're able to make it to Botcon. And that, my friends, is the news. I'm going to give you guys the trivia question, and then I'm going to go back and check in with all of your comments. Here's the trivia question. Listen close. This is a good one, and I like it. The Transformers have various twists and turns, including, twists and turns to their creation story, including being created by the Quintessons, as well as the Primus Unicron creation story. But one story in particular as detailed in Transformers versus G.I. Joe, stated that another living planet built and created Primus and Unicron. What was the name of the planet that apparently, according to Transformers versus G.I. Joe, what was the name of the planet that built Primus and Unicron? Was it A, Andalar? Was it B, Diacuron? Was it C, Scarvix? Or was it D, Genix? So was it Andalar, Diacuron, Skivix, or Grinix? Which one? A, B, C, or D? I'm going to go back up. We'll see. We have a C and a question mark and a D and a question mark so far. Let's go back up, though, and see what you guys were saying before I get back down there. Let's see. I think we might have been about here. Medic, aka Dr. Death. I don't know what you're talking about there, but okay. It's so he won't ever lose his job. Okay. I got Crankcase cheap, but there is really nothing that locks under the hood. There is no peg, right? I mean, some people are like, mine's fine. If it's just friction, then my friction's awful. A little click clack coming down the track. Oh, wrong click. Yeah, there's the wrong click. I never picked up the crankcase, and now I have a reason not to. However, I do like the colors on Medix. I'll wait for the first review. And that's the thing. If it doesn't lock it anymore, I'm out. I'm not wasting another. I mean, you got to think this, like that crankcase all in was like $40. I basically wasted $40. No, I'm not down for it. There's a reason that I have an exit strategy, because their prices are insane for the craptastic quality, to be honest with you. Another ambulance transformer in a long tradition of ambulance transformers that don't look anything like an ambulance. That's fair. Megatron X. Did they ever make a toy of Megatron X? They did not, but they should. Or you could take one and paint it black. Hey, Thomas. Australia. Nice. Nice. Can't wait for the Nemesis. I hope it's everything you want. I hear that the robot mode is going to be female. That'll be a different take on a Titan. I got 2 of those squeezlings, and they what? Reeked of chemicals? Really? I don't know. I don't. Mine's fine. I would not mind getting a second Siege Megatron to make him an alternate Megatron. I mean, you could. I wish we got Battle Masters as the Target Master Partners of Kingdom instead of... Yes, I agree. I agree. To me, when I think of Battle Masters, that's what I think of. I think of like the Target Masters and stuff now, right? We should get Heatwave, Inferno Mold, Chase, Silver Street Mold, Blades, Spinister Mold. I don't know for Boulder or Salvage, Bulkhead maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. I think you're making solid picks there. I don't know if they would sell them on mainline. I'm not sure, because they definitely look at Rescue Bots as this is your gateway drug to Transformers, right? I think Medix. Maybe Medix is a litmus test. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think you're wrong with the molds that you picked if they were going to go that route. Bless you, yes, Starscream wife. Why is this news important? Why should I care about this? Oh, wait, it's my job. What? By the way, how's Starscream so far? What? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean, how's Starscream so far? I don't know what you're talking about, Blue. You're gonna have to explain it to me, buddy. I saw Crosscut at GameStop and passed on him. Those red wheels kind of turned me off. I can understand that. Found a 6-inch authentic wheel jack. I've seen him. It's rough, but at least it looks like... Honestly, I would buy the 6-inch Authentics wheel jack over the Rise of the Beast wheel jack. I said what I said. Anthony loves the red wheels. It's cheap junk, and ironically, it was at Family Dollar. That's fair. And you're right. The authentic sword and axe were created by a fan, and someone at Hasbro found and are trying to credit those two designers as their own. Those two designs as their own. Interesting. I haven't heard that, but that's interesting. Bonk him in the head and steal his spot at the no, I can't go bonking him in the head. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. It's rather surprising that Hasbro stolen two fan designs. It's not surprising to me. Any conventions in Orlando are mega expensive. Orlando is a money pit tourist trap. I can believe that. Ask a Trekker. I didn't agree with the homage either. Right? Right? And I like that you use the word Trekker instead of Trekkie. I hate when people call me Trekkie. I'm like, I'm not. I'm a Trekker. Give it up. Stop it. You know what's really funny? Starscream wife is like she's more Star Wars, but she's really been into season 3 of Picard. Like she's really been into it now. To be fair, her mom was like a big Next Generation fan and stuff too. So like she was aware of like Next Gen and Voyager and DS9, but like she didn't really watch it herself, but like her mom did. So it's nice. I know it's season 3. I know it's the end of that series, but rumor is that Picard could lead to Star Trek Legacy. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I've been having fun with it so far. So, hey Keith, watching from Alaska. Wow. So you're like, you know what? Technically, you're across my country, buddy. Like you're right on the other side from me. You know, you're a hop, skip, and jump from Vladivostok, right? I'm just saying. Interesting. Remember, there's a gigantic Metroplex that might be coming out with that name. Really cool, man. That's great. I love hearing when people are from different places like that. And I know when I do my griping about snow, I know you can relate. I know you can, but I also know that you always, I'm assuming, get to see those beautiful northern lights. Hey, I bet you get a beautiful view of it up there. Nightbird equals ninja with arthritis. That's kind of what she's like with the thing with the elastic bands. I'm killing Amazon with free shipping. I can't say I'm a huge Tom Selleck fan, but I got nothing against him. I like Tom Selleck. Like I like Magnum PI. I like them in Friends. I've seen a couple of episodes of Blue Bloods, but I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan. But I like Tom Selleck when I've seen him and stuff. Still waiting on a Scrapnel. FedEx seems to be lying lately. Yeah, I hear you, Sovereign. Fun legal fact: if you create art, if you create art from a or based on a brand like Transformers, you actually have very few rights to those designs. I created the Transformers TCG and was told I had no claim to it. Right? Maybe could be a Beast Wars theme with the volcano. Could be a Beast Wars theme. That's another possibility. I could see that. Can't wait for Tiger Hawk and Silver. I don't know if we're getting a Tiger Hawk. I can't remember now if that was among the there was so much leaked that some of them even after forgetting. Like I would have to go back and look at those listings again myself. But like I'm not against a Tiger Hawk. I'm very much excited about a Silverbolt. I like the original, but he has that huge backpack. I always felt he was smaller. Like I felt he should have been like ultra class. So I'm looking forward to Silverbolt for sure. Let's see what we got here. C, D, guessing B says Waspinator. D, B with a question mark. E, Plantron. Wow. D, Planet. What? Grandpa? A sounds as good as B. B, all of them. B, all of them? Going A, U for Uranus. I always say C. Finally, a Uranus joke. I don't know how I'm too pretty for Transformers and what? I don't know. I'm too pretty for Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. That's fine. I remember Rescue Bots Chase should be a Sunstreaker mold. Maybe. But no one mentioned the Klingons in its orbit. No one mentioned the Klingons. Going F. Going F. Oh, she's all right. Oh yeah, she's doing all right. It was a bit of a rough week last week, but she's coming around. She's doing okay, thankfully. Yes, because she had been sick, right? That got a little bit worse before it got any better, but she's doing okay. The cough seems to be sticking around a little bit. Watch out for those Star Trek semi-driving fans. They have a trekker's mouth. Oh, a trekker's mouth. That's great. I like that. Picard season 3 is what we should have gotten in season 1. I liked season. I know season 1 gets a bad rap. I liked 1 and I liked 2. I'm not gonna lie. I've enjoyed 1 and 2. But then again, I also liked Enterprise. I liked most of Discovery. I've enjoyed more of Discovery since they've jumped to the 31st century. I tell you what I do like in season 3 of Picard. I love the villain. I love Baddock. And I love the fact that in reality, it's Amanda Plummer, who is Christopher Plummer's, the late great Christopher Plummer's daughter, who was the bad guy in Star Trek 6 Undiscovered Country. So like both father and daughter have been tyrants to 2 different generations of Star Trek crews. Go figure. I think that's great. She's nailing it as Vedic. Final season of Discovery coming up too. That too. My dad runs the official Gene Roddenberry fan organization. Really? Wow. That's really cool, man. Anyone who owns Jinbao Devi, go get the new 2.0. Everybody's saying get the upgrade kit. I know somebody who has it. I'm hoping in the summer to take a look at it. I got to get to his house to get it. Maybe in the spring. Maybe I can get it from him around during Easter. We'll see. But I think he has it too. I don't know if he used it all though. I think he 3D printed some stuff. Season 3 Picard is real Star Trek. I agree. It is. Season 2 Picard lost you? Really? I don't get it. I don't know why it lost people. But fair enough. Funny enough, I'm a Tom Selleck fan in Blue Bloods. If you were in the States, you would enjoy seeing Blue Bloods first 7 seasons. First 7 seasons channel. I mean, I guess. I got nothing against it. It's been a very successful show for him, too. 1 and 2 is fun, but 3 takes the cake. 3 does take the cake. Oh, yeah. They're ending strong, no doubt about it. Let's see. Changelings. Yeah, the Changelings are rough. Let's see here. Amanda Plummer. So I married an axe murderer. I don't know. Was she in I married an axe murderer? That's a wildly far back reference. I can't remember back that far. I have no idea if she was in that. Love Enterprise. Oh, Amanda Plummer is doing an A1 job in a role. Yeah, absolutely. She is. Hey, Toby. First time catching this live. Tuning in from Japan. Oh, wow. Thank you very much for being here. Spring break, so no work on this Friday morning. You know what? I'm off tomorrow too, buddy. I'm off tomorrow too, so I'm right there with you. For you, it's a bit different. For me, tomorrow morning is Friday morning, right? But thank you. I'm honored that you're here. I really appreciate it. Catch you up on Picard now. I only know small Star Trek only for the Vulcan salute. That's fair. I love to watch Picard tonight. Actually, I won't be shocked when I'm done if we end up watching Picard tonight, to be honest with you. We'll see. I'm listening while at work. You're a carpenter. You have made work easy. I appreciate that, buddy. I do. I'm glad I made work easier on you. Listen, I am trash with tools, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for really you magicians who are carpenters who can do amazing things. I struggle through a lot of stuff. Hey, if you know a way to fix a crack that I got in a corner piece of siding, although I'm pretty sure I know how I got to fix this. But if you got an easier way than having to like cut that piece out and make a J channel on a new piece, if you got an easier way to do it that's going to be just as good, let me know. And I don't mean covering it with the tape because you'll still see the hole even though it's blocked. But if you got a better way, hey, let me know. JB Weld. In this case, it's a hole. The weld wouldn't work, unfortunately. It's the same Amanda Plummer. Guess what I'm doing tonight? I hear you, man. I hear you. The answer, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is B. Diakuran, which is, of course, apparently based on the pronunciation of Diaclone in Japan. I'm sure it's not the same thing, and I'm sure I'm butchering it. But yeah, Diakuron. Now, the other planets, however, are actual Transformers planets. For example, Andalore is a library planet. It's a whole planet that is a library, a repository. Scarvex was, in the Marvel UK comics, the original home planet of Death's Head. And we all know that Death's Head had kind of some significant roles in the G1 comics. And the last one, Genix, is one of the planets that Unicron ate. It's one of the planets that he ate. By the way, Diacuron in that same story, Transformers versus G.I. Joe, was apparently created by the Quintessons. And then the Quintessons basically made like a planet that could make life, and the life it made was Primus and Unicron, and the Transformers came from Primus and Unicron, but still everything went back to the Quintessons. In that one, obviously Quintus didn't create the Quintessons, right? So a lot of things have tried to be retconned over the years, some more successfully than others. But yeah, who knew, right? And that brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to the pickup. Wow, I was wrong. Diaclone. Said in the Japanese book. That's the way Input always says it. Yes, you got it right. Yes, you got it right. I think you might have been the only one who got it right. And the pickup, and then we're going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very quick with the pickup. And I'm surprised with this, and I'll explain why in just a second. I'm surprised that I have Shrapnel. Yes, baby. He came in on pre-order at GameStop, and I said, wait. I have Skyquake on pre-order here. I have Crosscut on pre-order here, and I have Crashbar on pre-order here. I didn't pre-order Prowl. If I see it, I don't know, but I'm not. G1 Prowl is my Prowl. I think this one looks great, and I think the transformation looks kind of bonkers and brilliant. I think it's a fairly wonderful Prowl. I don't know if I need it. I think I might have went in for it if the head looked more like animated Prowl to me, but it looks like animated Prowl's body with Transformers Prime Prowl's head. Like if you know the Beast Hunter Prowl, it kind of looks like that head to me. Nevertheless, this guy came in and I said, whoa. You mean he came in a box by himself without Crash Bash, without Crosscut, and without Skyquake? They're like, yep. I was like, that's weird. But I got him now, so I guess hopefully the other ones will show up, fingers crossed, sooner than later. And of course, once I have it, you guys will know it. I'm excited for this guy. Give me a bombshell, man. Give me a bombshell. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're done for another week. I love you guys. I'm so glad wherever you came to us here, now, tonight, today, wherever your part of the world is, man, oh man, thank you so much for giving me some of your extremely valuable time. Trust me when I tell you, I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, please use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you on Spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Please hit the subscribe button. Stick around, man. Have some fun with us here on the channel. And especially don't forget, wherever you are in the world, each and every single day, somehow, some way, whether you know it or not, whether you feel it or not, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward, man, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either the live streams, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way inside the videos. Now, I'm going to take off because I got to take a look at Shrapnel, and I got to gear up for WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be a good one. I'll catch you here next week, guys.